right, what's up, everybody? We are live on it on the stream today. Let's see. Saturday, November 22nd, a week before Thanksgiving, or a little less than a week actually. Live on the stream, guys. We're here for two reasons and two reasons only. One, we want to help people feel connected. That's it. Connected through community, and we do that by answering community questions. We do that by answering community questions and answering communication questions here live on stream. Give me a second. We also want to help people get a good laugh in. And so a laugh can come from a few things. One, me being silly on stream. Two, dog poop horror story from my poop scooping days or from somebody calling in and sharing. Three, a heartwarming dog story. And we do that because we do two things in person. And one, we build community. So we're answering community and communication questions to actually help build community in real life. So I run events for my apartment, but I also run events for the dog parent community here in Austin, have like 160 people in a Facebook group, run ads to it when I get the chance. But we're having an event today for it, actually. A little pup cup in a park up north. So we'll see how that goes. That should be fun. That should be cool. So we build community in real life. We also serve people in real life, which is why we have dog poop horror stories on here. We have a poop scooping business. So we're on stream to help you laugh, help you feel connected. So call in. We have the $100 monthly Find Your People giveaway to encourage people to join the stream. Call in. Just for calling in, you get your name in there once. And just so you know, nobody's called in. Nobody's verified sharing the stream as far as I know. And if you do, you get entries for this $100 giveaway. And if you get entries for this $100 giveaway right now, that means you will win the $100 giveaway. So check out the stream. Join it. Let me know what you think. We're going to start the music up. Get that going. Get that playing. We might need to refresh the page because it's been a minute. All these voices in my head get loud. What I wish is I could just play Hamilton the whole time. How does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by providence, impoverished and squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar? The $10 founding father without a father got a lot further by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. By 14, they placed him in charge of a trading charter, and every day while slaves were being slaughtered and carted away across the waves, he struggled and kept his guard up. Inside, he was longing for something to be a part of. A brother was ready to beg, steal, borrow, or barter. Then a hurricane came and devastation reigned. A man saw his future dripping down the drain, put a pencil to his temple, connected it to his brain, and he wrote his first refrain, a testament to his pain. When the word got around, they said, "This kid is insane, man." Took up a collection just to send him to the mainland. Get your education, don't forget from where you came. The world's gonna know your name. What's your name, man? Alexander Hamilton. I don't know why this isn't working, guys. Let's see. Let's try logging out. Let's just close it down. Open it back up. So, guys, we have a few segments we're going to go through on the stream here today. I didn't actually check to make sure I'm live. We got one on Twitch. We're live there. I think we're live on YouTube, too. Guys, I think my music is, like, messed up because my stream is working great. We're good on the stream, but the music... Pretzel rocks. You better give me a refund. There we go. Tripping. Man, it is just not playing at all. That is very frustrating. Especially because I pay for this to have music while I stream. Let's see. There we go. We were on chess. Let's go back to chess. Boom. Music's popping. We're popping. So, guys, we have a few stream segments we're going to go through here today. And then after the stream segments, I think we're just going to get on Reddit and try to help people out. So I'm going to move through the stream segments quickly. On connection and community, we're going to get some clips. And we'll make more stream segments. So that's what we do here. We help people with community and communication via our stream segment. So here we go. Ooh, I like this. I like this. So a little context here. This was a 25-year-old on Reddit who was feeling like their life was over. Here I am at 26. My life is also over. No, I'm just kidding. They felt like their life was over. And so, guys, I'm trying to have a bit more energy when I do these segments because I just look so flat when we do the edited clips. So I'll try to bring it with this one. Get the snot out my nose so I can talk clearly, not as nasally. Yeah, this 25-year-old thought their life was over, thought they were behind. They were like, yeah, you know, all these Olympians started doing their thing when they were 2, and all these professional athletes started playing their sport when they were 5, and anybody who's good at anything started really young, and I'm already 20 years behind. How can I get to be anything? And I'm like, you were just comparing yourself to the top 0.5% of people. Like, you didn't put in top 0.5% effort, so you're not going to be the top 0.5% of people. But the good news is, to get to like the top 5 to 10% of people, it's really not that much effort. And you can start at pretty much any time in your life, especially if you narrow it down to the top 5 to 10% or the top 1%, not top 1%, but top 5 to 10% of this thing. Like, just be consistent with anything and you'll get there. So this is my segment that I wrote to them. When you feel like you have too many expectations piled in one place and it's weighing on you. So here we go. Have you ever seen this many expectations piled in one place? I mean, society tells us to have the kids, have the career, have the body, get the passive income. There's so much noise in the world, and here are 3 ways that I block it out so that I can live a life that I love and am excited about. First, I pick a goal worth sacrificing for. For me, that's raising the standard of living across the world to middle-class America so that everybody has more than enough food, shelter, water, safety. I'm like, that's a huge goal. Will I accomplish it in my life? I don't know, but is it worth fighting for? Is it worth waking up every day and trying to build a business, trying to improve my life and the lives of others? Yes, it is. The second thing I do is filter every decision and judgment through that goal. How is me building community, hanging out with this friend, working this job, building this business, getting me towards that end goal? The third thing I do is figure out a way to start and grow towards the goal today because I link all of my daily actions to that goal. If I'm earning money in the job that I work today, I'm like, hey, this job may not help me get skills that will produce that goal, but all the discretionary income I have can be invested into another income vehicle that can buy my time back so I can spend a disproportionate amount of time on that goal instead of this goal. And that's linking it to the goal in a way that is exciting for me and gets me up, gets me going, and living a life that I love. Remember, your story isn't broken or left behind. It's just waiting for you to start writing. I dig that. You know, we messed it up a little bit there in the middle, but I think my virtual assistant can edit that out for sure. Let's see. What are we doing here? Telling her what time the clip was. Sorry, guys. I was making my ad. And it's just extremely frustrating. How I've been making my ad. 1 second. Okay. 8 minutes. 11:22. Okay. So, guys, I have a Facebook ad running to get me affiliates for poop scooping. And before I had just asked the question, hey, what best describes you? I'd be like, name, number, email, what best describes you? And people be like, are you a dog sitter / walker? Are you a groomer? Are you a veterinarian? Or are you other? And so I thought that would be enough qualification. It was not. People from all over the country, even though I have my location set to Austin, Texas, within 10 miles, people all around the country would fill it out, and people who didn't have businesses but wanted a business or wanted a job would fill it out. I'm like, this is clearly an affiliate offer for businesses. So then I made 3 more questions, and the questions were like, this is for people who own pet businesses only. What type of pet business do you own? Same answers, groomer, sitter, vet, other. Then the second question was like, how many clients do you serve in Austin, Texas? Because that's where we are. And then on the first question I don't own a business. And I'm like, if you don't own a business, please don't finish filling out this form. So I think in the Austin, Texas one, I just had somebody fill it out and say, no, I don't have any clients in Austin, Texas. I'm like, well, then this isn't for you. Like, this is for Austin, Texas only. So let me actually pull up that ad. I literally might change that question right now because I'm just so tired of getting crappy leads. Like, it's not ideal at all. Let's see. I think I need to go to instant forms. This is just me inviting you into my life because, guys, I spend money on these things and I'm trying to figure out how to kind of turn money over faster so that I can pour more into the brand and get more people on here and actually help people connect more. And then that will help me learn the skill of community, which will in turn help me build community in the future, which will in turn help me raise standard of living across the world to middle-class America. Like, when I can learn how to build community and rally people behind that, I think it'll be a really cool thing. And I really want to do that because part of raising the standard of living, just a little side tangent, it's not going to happen through money. It's going to happen through relationships. Like, people are going to have to choose to care for people when it's inconvenient for them. And, not everybody's equipped for that. And so I'm trying to build communities of people that are. But anyway, here's the questions I have. Offer is only for dog business owners with clients. What dog business do you own? I have dog walker / dog sitter, dog groomer, vet / vet staff, other dog business. I don't own a dog business. Please don't finish the form if this is you, because I don't want that lead. Just trying to be super clear here. Second question. Do you help dog owners in Austin, Texas? Yes, I have dog parent clients in Austin. No, I don't have dog parent clients in Austin. Clearly, I need to add to here. Please don't finish this form if this is you. And then this offer is only for owners in Austin, Texas. Or this is only for, businesses in Austin, Texas. If you're not in Austin, please don't fill out this form. How many dog owner clients do you have right now? This should be pretty self-explanatory. And then it goes so on and so forth. So anyway, I kind of want to change that right now because I'm so sick of getting leads. But I do want to see dog business owners. Nothing about Austin there. Let's see if I have anything about Austin in the ad, because this could just be on me, guys. I don't know why. I have my targeting. Yeah, look at that. Oh, here we go. In Austin with 10 plus clients. Like, I have it in my copy. I don't know. I don't know if I want to make that small change. I might just, like, I have it in my copy. I have the targeting with only 10 miles. It's this new Andromeda Facebook algorithm stuff. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It's just irritating to me. But we'll keep it running. Because if they're not in Austin, I just know not to reach out. And we'll just see how many leads come through. Like, that was still a, what, $6 lead today? Yeah, $4.57 spent. Got the lead. Anyway, guys, this is me just trying to build. Like, having the cash flow helps me pour into the community. So that's why I just spent some segment on that of building community. But let's pause here. Let's see if we have any chats. Anybody who's joined us. Anybody who's called in. Nope. I think we're good to go. But I'll turn my phone off of Do Not Disturb. Guys, you can call in. Anyway. We are going to keep it going. Hold on. Everybody say something. Keep it going. Eggs, bacon, grits, sausage. Okay. Anyway. So frustrating. Okay, there we go. That should work. All right, so we're going to keep going with the stream segments. But guys, I like to elaborate a little bit on them. Pick a goal worth sacrificing for. Filter every decision and judgment through that goal. A lot of people are walking through life and their goal is about themselves. And I just want to caution everybody against that. Like, you want to make the goal about other people, because your pain tolerance for other people, like the amount of pain you can endure when doing it for somebody you care about, is a lot greater. And so then the question might be, well, Timmy, I don't care about these people. I think the answer there is, you're a human, they're a human. You have to get close to them, get proximate to them, because it's very unlikely that you can be, what are those 4 words? It's like, let's see, Brian Tracy, just mercy, get proximate. Let's see. I don't think it's Brian Tracy. Brian Stevenson. Yeah, it's Stevenson. Get proximate, change the narrative. Yeah, 4 steps to change the world. Get proximate, change the narrative, stay hopeful, and learn to be uncomfortable. Like, those 4 things. Like, if you get close to the issue, it's very hard to not care about somebody. And then you start to change the narrative and stay hopeful, learn to be uncomfortable in that situation, you'll be good to go. Anyway, moving on. Figure out a way to start and grow towards the goal today. Love that. We're going to move into more segments because we do want to spend some time on Reddit just helping people out. Because, this is closest to getting people live on the show that we can. So, I forget what this was about. I think this was about somebody who has a lot of energy, but their friends kind of are Debbie Downers and they don't have a lot of energy. So, people aren't matching your energy. That's what we're going to go over right here. Here we go. If you feel like people never match your energy, listen to this and find like-minded friends. Maybe you're the energetic friend or the one focused on personal development or simply the one who likes to be outdoors all the time, but your friends are the opposite. Here are 4 things to do. First, have a clear, detailed vision to invite people into. What do you want to do together consistently? If you and your friend group are just drifting, it's hard to have a good experience with them. Second, share this vision with them. Sit them down and share the whole thing. Be like, hey guys, I thought a lot about what I want friendships to look like, and this is what I came up with. Is that something you guys would be on board with? Or are we kind of off base and we have different interests? Third, dream about the future where the vision is the reality with your friends. So when you're in your friend group and you're watching a movie, but you dream about hiking, be like, dude, how cool would it be to hike the Grand Canyon? Or how cool would it be to peak Mount Everest? I can't imagine the excitement and the bonding that would happen in our friendship. Like, focus on those things that are a benefit to them and a benefit to you about the shared future. Fourth, if none of this resonates, find new friends in places where people might have similar interests. So think about your vision. Think about what a person who's doing that vision would do and go there. Clarity turns your energy from a question mark into a place where people can finally meet you. Dig that. Finish that segment. We'll go around 2030 for my VA. 1 second. All right, that one is pretty self-explanatory. If you ask me, it's like, know what you want from your friendships and literally just write it down. Like, I didn't know what I wanted from a church for so long. I just didn't like church. Didn't like church at all. And I was like, no church is good. I'm never going to get a church. And then it's like, okay, well, what would church have to be for me to like it? So I made this document. As of 10/26, when we were thinking about moving churches, it was like, I have these stages of community. It's like small talk, consistent activity, vulnerability, more consistent activity. It's like, I don't want to be doing small group and church every week. I want to be like, hey, we're in each other's lives. Like 5+ hours a week. We're choosing to live close to each other. We're choosing to go do things together. We're choosing to intertwine our lives. That's what more consistent activity is to me. And vulnerability is like, we're actually sharing real stuff about our life. Consistent activity, small talk, etc. Then time on goals, like when you're a Christian, a lot of times what you're trying to do is share the gospel or bear burdens with one another. So it's like the goal is either sharing the gospel or bearing burdens. And I think everybody in community should be spending time either sharing the gospel, bearing burdens, or both. Money and time, sharing the gospel, bearing burdens, or both. And then using each other's skills to share the gospel, bear burdens, or both. Like, that's the goal we should be going after. But this can be anything when you're talking about community. Like, the goal can be building a business. It can be building a nonprofit. But this doesn't need to be like some weird codependency thing. It's like, hey, you care about building this nonprofit. I care about building this nonprofit. We both volunteer. You care about building this business. I care about building this business. We both create an LLC and spend 20 hours a week in addition to our jobs building this business. Or we like 20 hours a week and $1,500 a month in marketing, like to build this business, or hiring labor, or your connections, my advertising, like whatever it may be. It's like time on goal, money towards goal. Interdependence towards goal would be like, hey, I have a lot of discretionary money. I have the skill of getting money, so I'll contribute that. And this person's like, hey, I have a lot of discretionary advertising knowledge. I'll use my advertising knowledge. And this person's like, I know how to run operations. So you get 3 of you, 1 to fund, 1 to advertise, 1 to run operations. So now you have delivery and fulfillment, sales, and the bank, right? And so that's what interdependence towards the goal could look like in building a business, interdependence in a nonprofit. And then it could be like just getting fit together. It's like, hey, we eat dinner together 3 times a week, which we spend time on, we spend money on, and we depend on each other to cook. And that builds our friendships and gets us healthy dinners so that we can stay fit and become better friends. Like, there's so many ways to have interdependence towards the goal, or money and time toward the goal, or just time toward the goal. And so this is what I was thinking about when I was thinking about my church community. Now I was like, what would a weekly rhythm look like? And I think churches are a business, so this looks very robotic, but this is really how it goes, because what I realized is when you're tithing to a church, you're giving 10% or more of your income. So if you're pulling home $7,000 as a household, you might be giving $700 a month, or $4,000 as a household, $400 a month. That's a good chunk of your income. Like, a lot can be done with $400 a month when you are, when that's 10%. Just a lot can be done with 10%, period, right? And so I was just thinking, like, for me to be like giving 10% to a church I'm dissatisfied with, when the whole goal is to invite people to church. Like, if I wouldn't refer the church, how can I justify like staying there and giving my money? Not to look at like a business, but like, that's how I would evaluate a business. And I get that church isn't business, but it's also not meant to be mediocre. So I was like, what part does church play? And I was thinking about this in a business, because, you know, you get people into a church, you want people to stay at church, and like, you get people into a business, you want them to stay at a business. Like, they're very similar. And I was like, church, the actual Sunday service, why do I not like that? And there's sometimes where I like church and sometimes where I do like church, but I didn't like church specifically because it felt like it was misplaced. Like, it was trying to serve a function it's not meant to serve. Like, I think church is built for like customer nurture, like bottom of funnel conversion. Like, when you have loved somebody really well, you've built a relationship with them, then you invite them to church, be like, hey, this is why I loved you so well, because I know somebody who loves you so well. I know how much he loves me, and I want you to know how much he loves you. Like, they hear about that at church, right? Maybe they've had a soft conversation about it, but like, church like drives the message home. So it's like bottom of funnel conversion. It's like, that's where you get people who say, I believe in Christ, and people who like get baptized, right? And it's like, you're like nurturing the people who are already in your church, right? Like, people who have spent the week loving people need to be loved. And so that's a way to like nurture them. But you notice I said spend the week loving people. Like, sometimes people don't do that. Sometimes we spend the week loving ourselves, and then we like are like, oh, I need to be loved some more. It just bugged me. And so I was like, church is meant to do customer like nurture. It's meant to be like loving and uplifting when you're at the end of yourself, because you've gone out so far on obedience. And I felt like I wasn't going out so far on obedience, so I needed more action, more challenging there, right? Small group, similar thing, like customer nurture. And so I felt like there was some nurturing going on, but there wasn't any like, hey, let's grow the church. So I was like, yes, these two things are necessary, but only when the top of the funnel, like working the top of the funnel, has been so hard that now you need to be nurtured some more. So what would the top of the funnel be? That's going out to love people. So it's like, I was like, if you had 2 weekly big group recreational activities, because the big thing is you want to meet people where they are. Like, you don't want to invite somebody who's never known anything about Christ to church. Like, yeah, they might say yes. Yeah, you might get a small percentage of people, but you're not going to build a relationship there. You want to be like, hey, what does this person like to do? Let's go do that consistently. And so if the church has rotating recreational activities that you can invite people to, you know, not only does it make the people at church like more evangelistic, more like loving, which is the goal, like become more loving, but it also gets new people in, and then you can like invite people to meals afterwards. And the whole thing of this is like, if somebody wanted to be a better person to share the gospel, like have a kind of framework, what would you do for them? Like, what process would you lay out? I was like, I would have big events for them. And I would tell people to invite them, the people they meet at the big events, to meals afterwards. And then I would make sure that the small groups like sacrifice together, like in a practical way. Like, I think Christianity about bearing burdens together. Again, I'm gonna go through this quickly because I don't think too many people care about this, but this is what I was thinking about when I did my ideal church. And so it goes back to this stream segment, because this clear vision that you share with people, like, you need this clarity. And if you can get this level of clarity with your friends, it's super important. Like, I was like, I would like small group if we did practical stuff together. If we solved practical problems together, it would help convert people. It would help nurture the current people. It would help get people into the thing. And it would like also help us invite people to church. Like, it would do so much if we just solved practical problems in people's lives together, focused on health, wealth, and relationships, like the 3 things people care about. Like, it could be a small group that works out together. It could be a small group that budgets and invests together. It could be a small group that simply hosts an extra event to get people in, or throws a dinner party every week or every other week or whatever it may be. You know, it's just a really cool thing. And, then just some education. Like, I think sermons are long-winded, and you can make them into bite-sized tips that people focus on applying, as opposed to the function of being a Christian be to listen at church. Like, that's just not it. We need less emphasis on listening at church and more emphasis on like obeying. Yeah, you know, that's where you can reinforce the vision and talk to people or whatever, similar to what a business podcast would be. So I was thinking like through church, like I was thinking through a business, because I was like, I know what a good business experience is like. And church is, I mean, it has people that gives them money. It's like, it's revenue. And then if they didn't do their service, they wouldn't get this money. So, you know, I think this would be another cool thing, like shared meals for members. But I was like, if a church did all of these, it would be like, we're growing at the top and we're nurturing at the bottom. And these shared meals is kind of like, you know, it's like discipleship here, discipleship in the podcast. Yeah, discipleship at small group. And then there's a lot of nurturing, but there's also a lot of inviting people in. And I think both of those things are needed. Anyway, on to my third segment. Sorry about that, guys. Just got on that little tangent because I was excited about that. Okay, so this is what I was reading this morning on my walk. And so basically, I kind of forgot what they were talking about. It was basically a question of like, I want to be more social, but I'm not social. And I got hurt from a relationship a long time ago. How can I be more social? And so if you have social anxiety, this one is for you. Here we go. Is there a way? I'm going to restart. Let's see. 3230. Is there a way to fix social anxiety without becoming someone you're not? The answer is yes. Anxiety doesn't come from who you are. It comes from experiences you've had in the past. So let's get you some positive ones. First, you want to get your reps in. Think about hanging out with people instead of 2 times per year, up it to 2 times per week. Find 1 to 2 consistent activities that you can go to weekly instead of the regular quarterly friendly gathering that is people you eventually forget about. Get your reps in, because the more exposure you have, the less each rep is important. Second, have great conversation by asking great questions. When you ask an open-ended question, it leads to a story. And when you hear that story, you get to learn about people and what they care about. So when you ask great questions, you have great conversations, because people love to talk about themselves and be heard. Third, embarrass yourself quickly so you stop judging yourself, because you realize the right people laugh it off with you / comfort you. And then even more importantly, you realize that you can laugh it off with you and you can brush it off. All right, guys, we're going to scrap that, redo this whole segment. So 34 minutes is when this segment actually is. Here we go. Is there a way to fix social anxiety without becoming someone you're not? The answer is yes. Social anxiety doesn't come from who you are. It becomes from experiences you've had. So instead of the negative experiences you've had, let's get you some positive ones. The first thing we have to do is get your reps in. Think about hanging out with people 2 times per week instead of 2 to 4 times per year. And the goal here is to hang out with people so much that each individual hangout matters less, and you're just getting your reps in and working it so you feel more comfortable in social situations. The second thing we want to do is be a great conversationalist. You have great conversation by asking great questions. When you ask a good open-ended question, it encourages people to tell a story. And when they tell a story, you get to find out details about people based on what they emphasize in the story and little experiences that they've had in life. Then you can ask follow-up questions and really get to know that person. The third thing we want to do is embarrass yourself quickly. I know that sounds weird, but hear me out. We want to attend a lot of social situations, ask great questions, and embarrass ourselves quickly, because when we embarrass ourselves in these social situations, we stop judging ourselves. And a lot of times, the reason we have that anxiety in our head is because we're judging ourselves super hard. Instead of judging yourself, realize that the right people will laugh it off with you / comfort you. And more importantly, you can laugh it off with yourself and comfort yourself. These 3 simple actions will help you solve the initial question. All right, we dig that. So we're done with all the segments now. Now we're going to get on Reddit, see if we can help some people out. Can you guys see the Reddit page? Yes, you can. We're on stream live here trying to get on Reddit, help people out. How damaging is it to not have a social media presence? I don't think it's damaging at all. Let's see. I love my BF. He's literally the best man in the world. I just can't get enough of him. We are quite young, but we already have together for 2.5 years. He's always so supportive, so sweet, and intimacy is crazy good with him, and I just overall adore this man. I'm moody. He handles it. For who I am, I just love him. He always listens. He always wants the best for me. And he can't wait to wipe me up. Of course, we fight something. There are misunderstandings or other problems, but you know what? We always fix it. I'm so curious what the issue is. Oh, it's just a happy / positive event. That's epic. No matter what happens, even when he or I react, hurt each other. I love when we That's really cool. Look at that. Look at all the positivity on Reddit. I thought she was gonna like loop it around. I was like, we're ready to start a post if you're asking for advice. That's cool. Good for them. Good for them. How damaging is it to not have a social media presence? 27 male, pre-isolating most of my life, and I've just recently started to get out of my comfort zone and form relationships. I'm going to college for the first time. So I end up being around a lot of people younger than me, and a few times now, people have asked for my Instagram. I've had to hit them with the dreaded, I don't use social media. It always makes me wonder what I'm missing. Am I missing out on some vital way? Yeah, I mean, it's not detrimental to relationships, but it does make it a little bit harder to connect. But yeah, having it is 1000% more damaging than not. Not much advice I can do here. Connecting with people there. Best steak in Austin. Amazing. 22-year-old girl seeking life advice from men over 30. I'm curious about the click. And this is the Ask Men Over 30 Reddit, which is similar to Reddit Adulting. I'm not even in that Reddit, so yeah, I could join it. Let's see. Some of the best advice I've ever received has come from older men. This is so funny that she's like men over 30 and then older men. It's like a 31-year-old man is not an old man. Even when I didn't like it at first, it usually proved to be right eventually. What are the things you wish you knew at my age? What lessons, habits, are there choices, routines, or mindsets that shaped your life in a positive way? I think everyone, I really appreciate every comment, even repeated ones. Hearing something multiple times actually helped me enjoy it. Doesn't take away from my experience, but rather makes it easier. Look at that. So many comments, and that's awesome. Feeling lonely and left behind. Anyone else relate? Here we go. 4 hours ago. So this is one I can actually kind of get behind or help out with. Let's see. Hi everyone, I'm 22, female. I'm currently in uni, always struggling with connections. Growing up, I wasn't allowed to go out, and I mostly spent time at home doing chores. You know, I don't know what that means. But I missed out on the experiences most kids have, like hanging out or just being carefree. Now I spend most of the time at the house on the weekends or weekdays when I don't have class to attend to. I have people who I talk to at school but can't say they're like close friends. I have this feeling. So much from high school going on with their lives, new friends. Well, I'm just stuck. Sucks, honestly. Feeling stuck again. A lot of young people feeling stuck, guys. I'm young too, but it's just easy to feel stuck. I always see people hanging out and posting I was fine. Computers that I'm in my final year of my life where I was in school in my house, of which I'd like to change. Problem is, I don't know where to start or how to get that close friend. I'm curious if anyone else has felt this kind of loneliness and how you manage it. First question to them is, what makes a close friend to you? Because, a lot of people want a close friend. I'm like, for me, I'm a quality time, physical touch guy, so I need that quality time and that physical touch. Not really that physical touch. I really only need that from Gracie. But quiet time, yes, I do need. So if you don't spend time with me or you're not in my life, like, I don't even know who you are. Like, out of sight, out of mind. Unfortunately, it's a horrible habit. Like, I want to get better about calling my family, but if you don't live within 15 minutes of me, it's kind of easy to forget about you. It just is. So first thing is, what makes a close friend to you? Doesn't know how to start or manage. Okay. For me, it's quiet time. So this might influence my answer. To start making close friends, I would do a few things. So guys, this is like, I feel like everything is this answer, but one, you want to attend consistent weekly activities. Think board games, sports, hobby clubs, study groups. 2.0 version of this is hosting them. Consistently inviting people. Okay. After you attend the consistent weekly events, you want to And she also asked for sharing the story, so I'll share my story a little bit. But after you attend consistent weekly events, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? I would say invite people into your world without it being polished. That's like the yeah. So guys, the advice I'm giving is like, attend the consistent weekly activities, invite people into your world, and make X number of invites per week. Non-negotiable. Pick a number you feel comfortable with, but make those invites. And that's because like they have a lot of focus on their world and they want to start making friends, but they don't know how to. And I think close friends are a function of time. You have to clock 100 to 200 hours with a group of people. So that means committing through the hard stuff and making sure each person has something worth committing for. This could be a shared interest or purpose or mission. And then I'll say a little bit about my story. When I got to college, I was lonely because I ghosted all my friends from never letting anybody in. Met some people who really knew how to love and clocked 20 to 50 hours a week with them over the next 4 years. those people till this day, and it helps me think about what I want for a community. That's pretty cool. I like that one. Hopefully that helps them. Let's see. Let's see if we can make a segment out of this, ladies and gents. I feel like I'm Sneezy the Dwarf right now. My nose is like... Okay, I like this. Okay, we'll actually do this. It actually did well, I think. We're gonna change some stuff though. This hook that we liked was... There's probably a reason most people don't build close friendships. Here's why. You should spend 200 plus hours with someone to be a close friend. Most people don't spend All right, let's see. Schedule one recurring weekly activity where the same faces can expect to show up consistently. 2.0 version of this is hosting it. Treat the first 10 hours with someone as warm-up time, removing pressure for instant closeness. Ooh. Simple less expectations that require performance. Notice one person who already feels safe and invests micro moments of presence with them. I don't like that one. It's not something I would say at all. You're not late, you're just running up. Look at that, we got a segment for tomorrow. Love it. All right, let's see if we can do one more kind of Reddit response. Hating the new job. This one should work. Casual conversation, though. Let's see. I started a new job. I worked for many years before, but the industry I am in now is completely new to me, and for the first time in a long time, I felt this bad in the first few days of a new job. I'm completely confused and feel bad from the moment I got here until the last minute. I feel like the job doesn't appeal to me, and I always feel on guard. Also, I feel like most of the people I work with are men, and they don't let me in. It's only been a few days, but it feels really terrible. I'm thinking of staying until I find a new job, but I also want to quit right away. How do you deal with situations like this? I don't know if this is community or communication advice. It's more like life advice. That's so funny. crazy. Private investigator. Oh, this is an interesting situation. Some of the Reddit is just drama, which I gotta be careful not to get caught up in drama. Because I want to help people with their community issues, but some of this is just drama. But oh no. Dang. That's sad. Hmm. I don't know. This is a tough one. I feel like this is like one of those. Yeah. Anyway, that was a long one. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Ooh, self love. Let's see if this is short enough. Oh, interesting. I actually like this one. All right, guys. So we're gonna make one more little segment off of this because I I like I really like this segment. I have no advice for them because I didn't really ask a question, but I think it's a good segment because the self love like stuff is can be very irritating. And then I gotta go scoop some poop out of people's backyards. What's the issue here? I'm going to see. Let's see. Community frameworks. Let's see if we can find a better one. What the? What the? No. See, sometimes it doesn't get it right. We don't want to go proximity here. Transparency. Accountability, shared purpose, consistency, small talk, consistent activity, vulnerability, more consistent activity. Building community. I feel like we want to talk about participating. Ooh. I like the lied to about self-love to the find community domain. Yeah, but we want to find community. We want to. Saying you're lonely. You don't like the self love. You don't like going places alone. Here we go. So we're finding initiation. I mean, a lot of this is always on the initiation. Bam, bam, connect with others. Oh, connect them with others. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Okay, let's see if it can give me a good hook now, and then we'll be done with the stream, guys. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. Oh, some frames dropped. Oh no, frames didn't drop. I feel like my recording stopped though. Interesting. I actually like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. Yeah, this is true for me actually. Community begins with the moment your truth, your true feelings become an invitation instead of a secret. That freaking slaps. All right. We out of here, guys. Appreciate you coming on. And we